Hi everyone, and welcome back to Serena's Creations. Well, today is my day 15. Today is Monday. I've made it through 2 full weeks and I'm on day 15. Tomorrow is my weigh-in day, so I'll be exciting to see how I've done. Of course, I am somebody that gets on the scale, so I have seen that I do have a little loss. It's not real big, like last week. Last week I had lost a couple of pounds, but when you are just watching your calories, you're not adding any additional exercise to your routine, that's common. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so what I'm trying to do right now is I'm just trying to show that just by having that calorie deficit from what your normal calories are, that you can lose weight. Because I always hear people say, well, I can't exercise. I can't walk out to the mailbox. I can't do this. I can't do that. Well, I'm trying to show you that there is something that you can do, and you can use foods that you normally eat. You don't have to go out and buy special foods. You can use the foods that you have already been eating, but eat less of it. Simple and straightforward. Eat less of it. So what I did today was I had my pancake covered bacon this morning for my breakfast. So I did bring some with me so that way you could see. So they don't look the greatest, but see, there's bacon inside. You can't really see it, but these are bacon, pancake covered bacon. Okay, so all I did, I buy the buttermilk pancake mix that all you got to do is add the water to. Mix some of that up, and then I already had the bacon cooked. Remember I told you when I bought the bacon the other day, went ahead and cooked up a bunch of it, and then that way I've already got the bacon ready. I put it in the pancake mix, and then I cooked them this morning. And so I actually have, see, I already have a nice little bag full of these pancake covered bacon. I mean, it's no different than you've probably seen those pancake sausage dogs that you can get in the freezer section. This was just pancake covered bacon. So I had seen it on social media and I thought, oh, that's so cool because I like bacon. So this gave me a chance to be able to have bacon. And then I have a little ½ an ounce. I use one of my little 1 ounce containers, and I just put ½ an ounce of maple syrup in it, and I warm those up, take it, and I dip it in. Now, each one of those is about 100 calories. So you're looking at, okay, I believe that worked out to be about 95 calories a piece. So I'm just saying each one is about 100 calories. So that means you can have 2 of those, plus your little bit of syrup. Okay, so there you're looking at about 230 or so. So you still have 70 calories to play with. So if you're somebody that just likes an egg, you could have just an egg, no cheese on it or anything, but you could have an egg for that other 70 calories. Or you could have some fruit. You've seen pictures of mine the first day. I had strawberries and blueberries with it. Now this morning when I had it, that's all I had. I didn't have anything extra with it. I didn't have no strawberries with it. I didn't have anything. I just had the 2 bacon pancakes, I guess I'll call them, with the maple syrup. That's all I had. For my lunchtime, I made my chicken buffalo dip again because I hadn't had that for 2 weeks now. So I had the chicken buffalo dip. And then I had that lasagna mush stuff that I make. After I was done eating though, my stomach wasn't feeling very good. So I don't know if it was the tomato sauce that just didn't agree with me today, or if it was maybe the hot sauce in the buffalo dip, but something didn't agree with my belly very much. My plan was to have my yogurt for my 3 o'clock meal, but because my stomach wasn't feeling very good when I went to go get off work, it was better for me to have something more solid, something that could help to absorb any of the acid or anything that was in my stomach. So I did have my Lance crackers with, the cream cheese Lance crackers, just a little pack of those, and the Milano Pepperidge Farm cookies. It has 2 cookies in it, and I'm able to have that as a 300 calorie. So I had that, and then a little bit later on while I was door dashing, I did have my yogurt with the granola. So, and then for dinner, when I got home at 7 o'clock, I had a quesadilla like I had yesterday. I had one like during the day yesterday. So I had that for my 7 o'clock meal. Now, what I want to talk about today was these prepackaged foods, okay? Because I know everybody says, I just don't have time to prepare food. So like, to prepare something like this, it didn't take a lot of time, but it does take time. Now, if you've got children, you could make them and they would love to have them. I mean, that's no different than having those, what did I used to buy for the kids? I used to buy the French toast sticks, and you just pop them in the toaster, and you could do that with this. If they were already ready, just pop them in the toaster, and then they can dip them in the maple syrup. So that's something that you could have already prepared. You work on it one day, get a bunch of them done, and then you could put them in the freezer. Or you can have them in the fridge so that way you can just grab them. I'm probably going to take about half of these and put them in the freezer. Now what I'll do is I'll take 2 and put in a single Ziploc baggie. And then I do several of those. And then I put all of that in a big Ziploc baggie. So that way I can put them in the freezer. And then all I have to do is just grab out, what I need for that day. So, but it does take time to do stuff like that. You've seen me make some recipes like the chicken buffalo dip. Well, the chicken buffalo dip really wasn't that hard. You make it for your family, I'm sure. And I'm just making it on a small scale because I don't want to have a whole lot left over. My husband is not a big leftover person, so for me to have extra food isn't really worth it. So if I can make things on a single serving size for just myself, then it allows me to be able to have the fresh food every time. Now, if that doesn't work for you, that's fine. Take what you're having for dinner, and we always say, okay, you could take the leftovers and take it to work with you, or you could take the leftovers and have for dinner the next night or for lunch or whatever. But you got to do it in a single serving, okay? You've got to figure out how much is a single serving. And a single serving is not that big, depending upon what you're eating. For instance, with the lasagna mush, it's technically only a half a cup. It's a half a cup of macaroni, okay? Because if I put a whole cup of macaroni, by the time I add the cheese and the hamburger and the sauce and the cottage cheese, I use cottage cheese, you might use ricotta cheese. By the time I add all that in, I'm well over 300 calories, and you can't do that. So what I did today is I kind of brought some things that I wanted to share with you that are prepackaged stuff that we talked about it. You know that prepackaged stuff is very high in sodium, but this is stuff that you can eat that still tastes good Now, of course, it doesn't have a lot to it. And I know most, I've told you from the beginning, I'm not a big vegetable person. So you'll see when you see this stuff, it's a lot of carbohydrates and, carbohydrates and protein mostly. I'm just truthful. I'm just not a big vegetable person. So I'm going to eat what I like to eat. I'm not going to force myself to eat something that I don't like because I'm barely eating food. So why do I want to eat something that it just doesn't make me happy? Because I want to be happy. So first of all, I'm going to show you, okay, so you saw the bacon, the bacon pancakes. Now, this was another one of my meals that I've got set up for tomorrow. So these are wheat thins, just a couple of wheat thins here. I've got 8 of them. There's 8 wheat thins in here. I've got my cashews, and then I've got my baby babble cheese. So this here is going to be one of my mini meals. Now this will be more like one of my snack mini meals than, the real food ones. But this is something like I could have when I'm at work and I could have at my desk. And it's a couple little munchies. So that way you feel like, you don't take the whole cup and that's what we tend to do. We put nuts in our hand and go like this. No, that's not how you eat them. You open it up and you sit there and you take a nut and you eat it. And then you take another nut and you eat it. You don't take a whole handful. If you take a whole handful, that's one whole serving at one time. You're talking about, 160 calories in this one serving. So I have this and this and this, and that'll be one of my mini meals. Okay, so you hear me talk about the yogurt. Okay, and you've seen, like last week on my videos, I had the one short video that I did, and I had the Activia. Now, Activia is good for you. We all know that. It's yogurt. It does have the probiotics, okay? But, most yogurts do have probiotics in it. So, now this is one serving, okay? And this is 90 calories. 90 calories, one serving. You say, oh, well, that's not too bad. And that's not too bad. One serving. And I was eating 2 of these plus my granola. So see, I have my granola and I take this and I put half of a cup of granola in it. And then I have another one. I have half a cup of granola. But if you look at this and you look at the sugar that is in this Activia, there is 12 grams of sugar in this one little thing of yogurt. Okay, I was eating 2. That's 24 grams of sugar. I could have had a candy bar for 24 grams of sugar. So when we went to Sam's this week, I decided to get the 000. Okay, so I don't know if you've had these before, but I think it's pronounced Oinkos. But I don't know, Okos. I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced. But these have, they're 000. And the 000 means 0 added sugar, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0 fat. There's 15 grams of protein in this. Let's see if it says how much protein is in. I don't have my glasses on. Protein, 4 grams. There's 4 grams of protein in this, and there's 15 grams of protein in this. And look at the size difference. And this one was 90 calories also. So 90 calories, size difference, and I can eat 2 of these. I can eat 2 of these, and I have my granola that still goes in it. So I still have 2 of these plus my granola, and I'm able to have that as one of my mini meals. That's very filling. That's a lot of protein, okay? We got just a couple more minutes. I'm going to show you the other prepackaged stuff that I brought with me. You keep hearing me talk about these. These are Unos, and this is a Philly cheesesteak, okay? So I told you, literally, I'm trying to show you, this is what the size is. I told you it's real small. Remember, I was trying to show you how big it was. It's not real big, but it has like breading on the outside, and then it's got the Philly cheese steak on the inside. Really good, but this here is 310 calories, okay? So yes, it is 10 calories over my 300 calories, but when you take it into consideration for when maybe one of your other snack meals or something, you're probably a little less than your 300 calories. So that all works out. So these were good. I like the taste of them. I can eat that, and it gets me through to my next mini meal. You heard me talk about the quesadillas. Here's the quesadilla. You know, there's all different kinds. This one's chicken and cheese. This one's got Monterey Jack, cheddar cheese in the tortilla with the chicken. So this here is 270 calories. Okay, so there's a perfect example. This one's 270 calories. If I have this for one mini meal and I have this for another mini meal, it balances it out because this one was 310, this one was 270. Okay, so you see how that works. But once again, this is a prepackaged thing. This is something that's ready. Everybody knows what these are. Hot Pockets. Now we know they're not good for us, but once again, this here is 310 calories for this one. They do have a lot of sodium in them. Yeah, this one has well over 800 milligrams of sodium in it. So they do have a lot of sodium in them. I'm not much on Hot Pockets. I ate a lot of them years ago, so I'm not a big Hot Pocket person. My husband wanted them, but I just added it in here because it was something that was a prepackaged food that I have. The last one I have, and this one's kind of funny because everybody kind of knows what these are. You know what this is? Of course you do. It's an Uncrustable. We know, we buy them for the kids and we love them because they've got like a bunch of peanut butter in them and grape jelly and of course on the regular bread. So they're really good. But this has 320 calories in just this one. Now, when you go to eat one of these Uncrustables, how many do you eat? 2, 3? Think of how many calories that you eat 3. You're talking about 960 calories just eating the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So now I did not buy these for me. These are for my husband. I actually made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches last week, and I really enjoyed them. I did it on that whole wheat bread, and I measured out my peanut butter, and I used my own strawberry jam, and I was actually able to eat, you know, that, and it was under the 300 calories. So, but that just kind of shows you a little bit about the prepackaged foods, and that you can get stuff, and you can get stuff that tastes pretty good. Now, if you're somebody that likes vegetables, more power to you. You know, you want to go and get those lean cuisines, and you want to get the healthy choices and stuff like that. Those are wonderful. And those are prepackaged foods too. And that also, a lot of those come in under 300 calories or right around 300 calories. So you're welcome to do that kind of stuff. But I was just kind of showing you some of the stuff that I eat, and this is what gets me through. Now, I don't eat all prepackaged food though. You know, you've seen, like I said, I'm making my own stuff, chicken sandwiches, BLTs, you know, maybe an omelet, or, you know, I mean, there's so many different things that you can make. So, but at least this gives you a little bit of idea what I'm talking about when I am talking about prepackaged foods, just to give you an idea. So I went a little bit over on time today, but I think it was worth it. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that way you get all the latest videos, and I will talk to you tomorrow.